Here's a live look at Denver over I-25, where today warm weather returned to the Mile High City after snow fell here yesterday. Today, the sunshine finally returned, which is proof once again, Corey, that 24 hours can make a big difference.
Yeah, especially in April. Wow, it's so dynamic, and today was real nice. Lots of sunshine, lots of snow melt. I caught a few rays myself, and here we're looking at a nice night here in downtown Denver. The same shot there of I-25, 48 degrees right now at Denver International Airport. It got up to 66 degrees here at 9 News Studios in downtown. 64 was the high out at Denver International Airport. A lot of these mild highs for today, they're going to be boosted up about 10 degrees, at least 10 degrees for us tomorrow for most of us. Here's the timeline forecast for Denver as we go through tomorrow. We're breaking 70 degrees possibly by noon tomorrow, and most of the day will be in the 70s. You'll notice a couple of differences though, a little bit more cloud cover throughout the day and a little bit more wind as well. Here's the forecast high temperatures for the rest of the state. Looking really mild, just a great day coming across the Front Range and the Eastern Plains as well. And I'll be talking a little bit more about those rain chances and a little bit of the wind and cloud cover that we're going to deal with coming up in just a bit.
And happening right now, Aurora police say a Jeep Compass with Colorado license plate CQV 601 was stolen from a gas station at Iliff and Havana with a 6-year-old girl inside. APD says Aaliyah has braids and is wearing a rainbow jacket. Police say if you see her or the car, call 911. And with the warmer weather that we had today, some Coloradans spent their morning making nature beautiful again ahead of Earth Day. Dozens of volunteers picked up all sorts of trash along the South Platte River. 9 News reporter Janelle Finch has more.
Colorado's natural beauty. It's one of the things people can appreciate.
I don't know if that's a rock or trash.
And disrespect the most.
Nothing too interesting, something kind of sad.
This book.
That book.
When bad things happen to good people.
Volunteers Callan Steedman and Mickey Balder are trying to reverse some of the damage in Denver's South Platte River.
When I look at people fishing and I think about all the trash that's over here and I'm like, ooh. Are you finding fish or trash?
Cleanup goes a long way, according to water lawyer James Eklund.
Colorado's the headwater state. Most people don't know that. 18 downstream states in Mexico get water that starts right here in rivers like this. So it's really important we get it right when it comes to water policy and law. And well, we've got a lot of eyeballs on us in Colorado.
He says river pollution is disappointing, but seeing dozens make a difference is a welcome surprise.
It's one system, we have to treat it as such, and it warms my heart to no end to see this kind of activity going on.
Righting a wrong, so all can enjoy the state's resources without distraction.
Sure, this is kind of a bummer to see all this, but at the end of the day, a lot of people came out to do it.
That was Janelle Finch reporting. Eklund says the Clean Water Act put a lot of important resource protections in place 50 years ago, but it's on the people today to support its mission. He says legislation doesn't put the responsibility of cleaning up waterways on law enforcement and instead puts an additional emphasis on volunteer work like this. Aurora police say a man is in custody after dumping a backpack full of BB guns onto the floor of a store in Southlands Mall. Police say it happened around 2:45 at the Ross Dress for Less store. Witnesses told police the man walked into the store and dumped out his backpack and 3 BB guns fell to the floor. Police say the man didn't threaten anyone and nobody was hurt. They took him into custody and charges are pending. Police say that there is surveillance video of the incident and we are working to obtain that footage. Aurora police say a man was arrested for attempted kidnapping outside of an elementary school on Friday. This happened at Black Forest Hills Elementary School near Arapahoe Road and Smoky Hills Road. Police say a man was outside on school property walking up to children and at one point tried to grab a young boy. He left before police arrived, but they were able to find him and arrest him for 1 count of attempted kidnapping. Police identified him as 33-year-old Solomon Galligan, who is a registered sex offender. Cherry Creek Schools told parents today there will be increased supervision there this week. On Tuesday, one of the former owners of the Return to Nature funeral home will be back in court. Carrie and John Halford pleaded not guilty in federal court last week to fraud charges related to COVID-19 relief funds. They're accused of pocketing nearly $900,000 in pandemic relief funds from the federal government. These charges are separate from the state charges that the couple also faces for allegedly improperly storing 190 bodies in their funeral home in Penrose. They have not entered a plea on the state charges yet. Both are still in jail due to those federal charges. Carrie Halford has a bond hearing set for Tuesday. Soon, air traffic controllers who make sure that our flights land smoothly will be required to get more time off between their shifts. It's designed to help deal with burnout and stress on the job, but experts warn these changes could make things worse. 9 News reporter Rachel Krause explains.
Air traffic controllers are understaffed, overworked, and stressed out. And they're critical to helping airplanes take off and land safely.
When you have air traffic controllers, just like pilots or flight attendants or even mechanics, who are stressed, who are fatigued, mistakes will happen.
After a wave of near misses and close calls at airports, now the FAA is taking action, announcing new rest rules for air traffic controllers. 9 News aviation expert Gregory Feist says they'll require 10 hours off between shifts or 12 hours off before a midnight shift, so they can get some rest.
Controllers, just like pilots and flight attendants, are working long days, and because of this now shortage, that stresses the system. And so while the extended rest rules are a great start, I don't think they're an end-all. They're not the total fix.
Feith worries these new rest rules could make the staffing shortage even worse.
Shortening it so that you require more rest is great in one theory, but it can cause a shortage because now those people are off the boards for a longer period of time, and we just don't have the manpower to gap fill a lot of those positions.
The National Air Traffic Controllers Association agrees in a statement saying these new rules may lead to coverage gaps in controllers' schedules. And mandatory overtime to fill those schedule holes will only increase fatigue. Feith says what'll really give them the rest they need is hiring and training more controllers.
The end all is really getting the hiring pool filled again with qualified candidates so that we can relieve stress on the entire system.
He says the FAA expanding training beyond just Oklahoma City could help, and reaching out to universities with controller programs could make it easier to bring on qualified candidates. But with demand for air travel rising, Feith says change is needed soon.
As the aviation system grows, of course, air traffic control grows. And so we really got to get ahead of that curve and try to get qualified candidates into the pool.
And the FAA has been trying to fill that need. Last year, they hired 1,500 new air traffic controllers. This year, they're aiming for 1,800, a goal they say they're on track to meet. Still, experts stress more hiring is needed to fill that industry need. Rachel Krause, 9 News.
All right, thanks so much, Rachel. And residents in Gunnison County will soon have to take a detour while Highway 50 is closed between Gunnison and Montrose. Last week, a safety inspection found there were cracks on the bridge that crosses the Blue Mesa Reservoir at Dillon Pinnacles. The current detour is more than 300 miles long, so crews went to work creating an alternative route that would cut that down. And the new detour will use County Road 26, also known as Lake City Cutoff. This is only for local traffic because the road is not built for the kind of traffic that US 50 has. It will be open twice a day in 30-minute increments. Crews are working to improve the road in case the bridge needs to stay closed even longer.